Welcome. Today, we are going to crack a code. And look, it's not just about passing an exam. It's about a system for powerful, persuasive writing that you can use, well, pretty much anywhere. We'll use the IELTS test as our guide for sure, but the system we're about to unlock, it applies to any kind of high-stakes writing you'll ever have to do. Okay, let's dive in. You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. The clock is ticking, the pressure's just building, and your mind decides to go completely blank. It doesn't matter if it's an exam, a huge report for work, or a university application. That anxiety is something we all get. But what if I told you it has nothing to do with inspiration? It's about having a system, a reliable process that can turn that scary blank page into a structured, powerful piece of communication every single time. So here's our game plan. We're going to build this system from the ground up, in 4 parts. First, we'll pull back the curtain on the universal 4-stage system itself. Then, we'll put it to work describing data and processes. After that, we are going to tackle the art of building a truly persuasive essay. And to finish things off, we'll open up a toolkit of advanced techniques that will really make your writing shine. It's a clear roadmap from start to finish. All right, let's start with the absolute core concept. A repeatable, 4-stage master key that unlocks any writing task you face. This isn't some kind of trick. It's the fundamental process that is behind all successful writing, especially when you're under pressure. And here it is. It looks deceptively simple, but trust me, this is absolutely critical. First, you read and you really understand the question. Second, and this is the one most people skip when they panic, you plan. You've got to organize your thoughts before you write a single sentence. Third, you write, but you stick to your plan. And fourth, you check your work. Every single one of these stages is non-negotiable if you want to produce clear, coherent writing. Let's make this super practical. So say you've got a 20-minute task. You don't just start writing for 20 minutes straight. No way. You break it down. You give yourself maybe 2 minutes just to understand the task. Then a solid 3 minutes to plan your structure and main points. Then you write for, say, 12 minutes, and you save the last 3 minutes to check for any little errors. That kind of discipline is exactly what turns panic into performance. Okay, so let's apply our system to a very specific challenge, turning visual information, things like graphs, charts, and diagrams, into clear, descriptive writing. This is such a crucial skill in the data-driven world we live in. Now, what's so cool about this slide is how just a handful of words can give you the power to describe almost any graph. Instead of getting bogged down in all the numbers, you just focus on the trend. Is the line going up? You can use increase or rise. Is it going down? Use fall or decline. Is it kind of bouncing around? Remain stable or fluctuate. Seriously, mastering this core vocabulary is step 1. And this brilliantly shows you how to add that next level of sophistication. You can describe the exact same trend in different ways. Using a verb and an adverb, increased dramatically, is great. But if you can switch it up to an adjective and a noun, a dramatic increase, that shows real linguistic flexibility. It's the same fact, but the second sentence just sounds more formal and academic. Mixing these structures up is a true hallmark of strong writing. So what if you're not describing data, but a process, like how something is made? Well, the logic is exactly the same. You have to provide a clear, logical structure. And these sequence markers, they are your best friends. Think of them as signposts that guide your reader step by step through the whole thing. It makes sure your description is super easy to follow from start to finish. Okay, let's move on. Let's see how our system applies to the much more complex world of essay writing. Here, we're not just describing what's in front of us, we are building a structured, persuasive argument right from the ground up. So, the first type is the argument essay. For this one, I want you to think of yourself as a lawyer in a courtroom. Your job is to pick a side and defend it with everything you've got: passion, logic, evidence. The key word here is consistency. Every single point, every piece of evidence you use has to serve that single, clear point of view you chose at the start. Next up is the discussion essay. Now you have to switch hats. You're not the lawyer anymore, you're the judge. Your job is to carefully look at both sides of an issue, weighing the pros and cons fairly and objectively. It's only after you've presented that balanced analysis that you deliver your own final verdict. And finally, we have the problem-solution essay. This one's the most practical of the 3. Here, you're the consultant. You have to first diagnose the root causes of a specific problem and then prescribe a set of logical, workable solutions. It's all about clear analysis and practical thinking. So, here's the crucial point. It doesn't matter which essay type you're writing, your paragraphs have to be absolutely rock solid. And that all starts with a powerful topic sentence. Just look at this example. It's perfectly clear, it lays out the main idea of the paragraph, and it directly connects back to the essay question. It basically acts like a mini thesis statement just for that one paragraph, telling your reader exactly what you're about to prove. All right, in our final section, we are going to open the toolkit. These are the linguistic tools that take writing that is just, correct, and transform it into writing that is sophisticated, academic, and really powerful. So let's start with a solid, simple sentence. It's active, it's clear, it gets the job done, nothing wrong with it at all. This is our baseline. It's good, but we can make it sound even more formal. So our first tool is the passive voice. Now watch what happens. Notice how the focus shifts. We're no longer talking about the customers. The focus is now on the sports cars. By taking out the person doing the action, the whole tone becomes more objective and impersonal, which is a key feature of academic writing. And now for the master level technique, nominalization. I know it's a big, clunky word, but the idea is actually really simple. We're just turning a verb, an action word, like purchased, into a noun, a thing, like the purchase. This tiny change makes the whole sentence more abstract and condensed. Instead of focusing on who did what, we're now talking about the concept of the action itself. It's a subtle shift, but it makes your writing sound so much more formal and analytical. So as we wrap up, I really want you to remember this. The system and the tools we've gone over today, they go so far beyond any single test. This is really about mastering the art of communication. It's about having the confidence to structure your thoughts, present your evidence, and make your point with clarity and power no matter what situation you're in. So I'll just leave you with a final thought to chew on. When a task asks for structure, a logical flow, hard evidence, and a clear point of view, is it just testing your language skills? Or is it, on a much deeper level, a test of your ability to simply think clearly? Because, as we've seen, the two are pretty much impossible to separate. Master one, and you'll master the other.